Mexico's most feared shadow has fallen. El Mencho, born Nemesio Rubén Oseguera Cervantes, rose from a small-town background to command one of the most formidable criminal networks in the hemisphere. A former police officer turned cartel architect, he co-founded the Jalisco New Generation Cartel and transformed it into a force known for discipline, firepower, and relentless expansion. For years, his name symbolized precision, power, and an unyielding grip over key trafficking corridors. Under his command, the cartel built a reputation for military-style tactics and cutting-edge weaponry. From drone explosives to heavily armed convoys, the group projected strength that challenged state authority in multiple regions. While rivals fractured, his organization expanded, embedding itself deep into domestic and international drug routes, becoming a central player in the global narcotics trade. El Mencho avoided spectacle and rarely surfaced publicly, cultivating mystique over celebrity. His influence operated quietly but decisively, shaping Mexico's criminal landscape for over a decade. His killing marks the end of a powerful chapter, but the ripple effects across cartel networks and security forces are only just beginning. Mexico's most feared cartel boss is dead. Nemesio Rubén Oseguera Cervantes, the elusive El Mencho, was killed in a high-stakes military operation in Tapalpa, Jalisco. The man with a $15 million U.S. bounty, the architect of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel's rise, went down in a firefight with Mexican forces. Within hours, Western Mexico erupted. Highways turned into battlegrounds. Vehicles burned. Smoke swallowed skylines. This was not just a raid. It was a seismic strike against one of the world's most powerful drug empires. Retaliation was swift and dramatic. Narco bloqueos spread across Guadalajara and beyond. Trucks and buses torched to choke off key roads. Plumes of black smoke rose over Puerto Vallarta's tourist districts. Panic rippled through Guadalajara International Airport as passengers scrambled for safety. The state of Jalisco declared a code red. Schools shut down. Public transport halted. Security forces deployed in strength as cartel gunmen attempted to paralyze the region. The message from the ground was clear. This takedown carried immediate consequences. The operation unfolded in the mountain town of Tapalpa. Elite Mexican military units, backed by intelligence coordination with the United States, moved in on a long-tracked target. A fierce exchange of gunfire followed. El Mencho was wounded during the clash and died while being airlifted to Mexico City. Several cartel members were killed, others arrested. Armored vehicles and heavy weapons were seized. Washington hailed the strike as a major blow to fentanyl trafficking networks. But on the streets of Jalisco, the aftershocks were already visible. El Mencho had transformed the Jalisco New Generation Cartel into a global trafficking powerhouse since its emergence in the late 2000s. Under his command, the CJNG expanded rapidly, building a reputation for operational discipline and heavily armed enforcement wings. His death marks one of the most significant blows to organized crime leadership in Mexico in more than a decade. Yet security experts caution that such moments can be volatile. With no immediate successor publicly identified, attention now turns to whether the cartel consolidates swiftly or faces internal fractures. The international dimension adds further weight. The United States had placed a $15 million reward on El Mencho and confirmed intelligence support in the mission. The Trump administration described the operation as a decisive step against cross-border drug flows. Bilateral security coordination was emphasized, while Mexican authorities underscored that the raid was led by their own forces. It is a moment that highlights both cooperation and the shared stakes in confronting transnational trafficking networks. For Jalisco's 8 million residents, the focus is immediate stability. Governor Pablo Lemus urged citizens to remain indoors as security operations continued. Roadblocks were cleared, patrols intensified, and key infrastructure secured. In Guadalajara, a host city for the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup, authorities are working to restore normalcy and reassure residents and investors alike. Across Mexico, the images are stark. Charred vehicles lining highways, military convoys advancing through tense streets, and civilians navigating uncertainty. Yet federal officials insist that coordination remains strong and that order is being reinforced. The Security Cabinet continues to monitor developments in real time. The fall of El Mencho closes a powerful chapter in Mexico's fight against organized crime. But it also opens a critical new phase, one defined by rapid security responses, regional vigilance, and the test of whether this high-profile strike reshapes the balance of power on the ground.